Hello everybody, welcome to another tutorial. We're going to be working today on a little trivia game that I have here where I have images of famous actors and you have to guess who they are and what their most famous role is. Okay? And to get the answer, all you need to do is hover over the image to see the name and their best known for role. So, for example, this is Christian Bale, and he's best known for Batman. At least that's what I know him best for. So this is the little page or the little game that we're going to create today. Okay. Um, to do that, we're going to need pictures of famous people. Right now, I only have one image, but you will need to change it. And for your page, you need to do at least 6 images, 6 famous actors. Okay. Look for images of actors, famous actors. If you go to Google, search for actor and go to images, and you'll see famous actors or actresses. It could be 2. It's no biggie. There's Toretto. As always, it's a good idea to get images that are sort of square. And what you want is to copy the link of the image, which you can get by clicking on the image and then clicking on Ver Imagen or View Image. This is the address you want to copy. Okay, copy this and paste in the when you create your link, when you create your page. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started with the HTML document, and we're going to start with doc type HTML. There we go. And then we want HTML, the tag, and then we want the head. Close it as always. And I'm going to also open the body right away. Okay, in the head, I'm going to do as always, that title, and this is going to be the trivia game. All right, and I'm also going to do the link to the style sheet, href. Remember, it's the one that I'm doing. Trivia.css. That's the one. That's what I'm calling my file over here on this side. So there, the link to the CSS is done. So let's start with our first div. I'm going to make it a class header to put the title in. So the title is going to be on h1, and I'm going to call this trivia game. Okay. And I'm going to also add a paragraph with the instructions. So I'm going to say, guess the actor and their most famous role. Hover over the image to see the answer. Those are the instructions. All right. So that's my header. Now I'm going to create my, well, I can go and see what it looks like already because I have it here. Okay, so trivia game, guess the actor and their most famous role. Hover over the image to see the answer. That's what I want. So in order to create my images with the information, I need to create a div. First, this is going to be a class column, because I'm going to have, as you saw in the final product, I'm going to have multiple 2 columns. So each of these cards is in one of those column divs. Okay, so let's call it column. Inside that column, I'm going to have the div for the actor. this is where the game is going to take place. So this is where the game is going to take place. Class actor. Okay. And inside that class, I need to add that image. And the source for the image is the link to that image, which is Robert Downey Jr. in this case. Sorry, and close that. Okay, remember that that image tag is not open and close, it's just one tag. So there it is. And then I'm going to have the information, and that I'm going to have in a different div called info. All right. And in that div, I'm going to have the two lines. This is name, and this image is for Robert Downey Jr. Okay. And the next line is for their role. And their most famous role is right now Iron Man. Like that, Iron Man. All right. So there it is. If we go to the page to see it, we'll see, where is it? Here we go. There you go. So it's the picture of Robert Downey Jr., their name and their role. I can already duplicate. Let's look for another image and do a second one. An image that looks good, kind of square. So this one is good. This one's kind of good. Who do you like? Again, this is taking a while because I'm looking for something that looks a little bit square. So, do you guys know who this is? Well, I don't know who that is. So, it is taking too long already. Let's just pick one. Go back up. Let's use this. Leonardo DiCaprio. So let's grab his image, copy. Let's go to our column right here. The column, I'm going to copy the column, copy it, and paste it. Kind of like duplicate the column, okay? And I'm going to substitute the, oops. I need to substitute for the link. There you go. There you go. Okay. And I need to change the name. So this is Leonardo DiCaprio. And his most famous role, I'm going to say, is Jack from Titanic. That was his most famous role, I think. But maybe you know some other role. Okay. I'm going to go see what that looks like in my game. Okay, it looks all right. I got the two pictures. Again, you are going to do 8, but I'm going to do right now 2 and do the CSS so that you just need to duplicate that. Okay, so let's start with the CSS. Let's start with the header, and inside the header I have the H1. And I'm going to say that one should be text align center, so that it's centered on the page. There you go. And I'm going to also make the header P. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. Font size. I think that's the property. size. Yeah, I'm going to make it 1.4 m, which is a measurement for browsers to, make text different, bigger. Also, I'm going to change the whole of the body font family, and I'm going to make it maybe Arial or sans serif. There we go. So that makes it a little bit more square. Let me go see. Yeah, that looks good. You see? Okay, very good. Now let's do the images. The image is inside the actor. So actor div image. I want that image to be of width 100 pixels and height 100 pixels. That'll make it look square. Okay. There you go. Nice. This one was not fully square, so it looks a little bit warped. That's all right. And I'm going to make them round now. So the border. It's called, the property is called border. Border radius. I'm going to make it 100 pixels so that it is completely round. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Yep, those are my round pictures over there. All right. Also, I'm going to have them float left, float left. Oops. Float left. Sorry. Float left. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Right now we have to take care of the text inside it, but we're going to do that in a minute in the CSS. And I'm also going to add a box shadow. Box shadow. I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow. 1 pixel by 1 pixel. 3 pixels width. And the spread is going to be 2 pixels. And I'm going to make it gray. Just like that. Let's look at that. And you can see the shadow behind the... There you go. Okay. Now let's take care of that text. Okay. Well, before we do that, actually I want to take care of the column. Sorry, column. There we go. The column, so that we can already position the column itself, which is the whole box. We're going to float that whole box left, all right, and give it a width. So the width is going to be 48% of the screen. Sorry. And height, I'm going to give it a height of 100 pixels. That's the height of the image, so that should be the height of the box. And maybe a margin of 10 pixels to give it some space between boxes. All right, let's take a look what that looks like. So there you go. You can see now that they're separate because they have a width and they have a height. So they're already looking okay. There's something I don't like. Well, we have to take care of the text next. So. Okay. Now let's take care of the info card. So .info. Open up the bracket. I'm going to give it a padding, and the padding is going to be 9 pixels up and down. But I'm also going to give it a padding left, specifically because I wanted to separate from the image. So that's going to be 112 pixels, and you'll see what that looks like in a minute. Let me see. So there you go. You see how now the padding, I gave it 9 pixels up and down, and I gave it 112 from the edge here to where the text begins. Okay, that was the padding left idea. Okay. Also, I'm going to give it font weight. I'm going to make it bold so that it's nice and, dark. There you go, bold. You can change the color of the font if you want. It's cool. Now I'm going to add another property to hide the text. So we're going to say display none. That is going to hide the text. So it's not going to display it. And now we're going to do the interesting thing, which is when on the actor on the image, I hover, so actor hover, then on the info, I'm going to say display block, so that it appears when I hover over the actor. You see? Let's see that. There you go. So when I hover over the actor, the name and the role is displayed. All right, and I think we're done. So all you have to do now is duplicate the column. You can collapse it here. The column section, just the column div. Copy paste it, change the image and the info, and you should have, let me copy this and put it here at the bottom, and you should have 3 now. There. All right, and you just need to change the picture and the info. All right, so I would like you to do 6 at least, and play the game with a friend. See what you can come up with. It doesn't have to be about actors. It could be about something else, but that's going to be entirely up to you. As always, upload your CSS and your HTML, and if you are using images locally, upload those images too, but I would suggest that you grab the link of the image from the internet so that you don't have to worry about uploading images. All right, thank you very much.